So I want to answer a very common question I get. One of the most common questions, and I think one of the most important questions. What is depreciation? Depreciation is a expense against profits. It's a expense that allows you to write off the value of a property, asset. In most cases, we're talking about real estate, the non-land value of the real estate. You write it off. When you write something off, you are taking that expense and reducing it against your actual profits. For real estate, it's a paper loss, meaning that you actually never had that loss. It doesn't actually incur. It's a loss that reduces your cost value of the property. And over time, your cost basis of the property goes down, meaning that it assumes that if you take in $100,000 worth of depreciation, you bought it for $100,000 less than what you actually did. So by the time you sell it, this depreciation gets recaptured, essentially long term capital gains. Now, this is capped at 25%. And it's a really interesting way to essentially give a tax treatment that does two things. One, a depreciation allows you to defer the taxes that you would have to pay because you're getting a net expense benefit. That expense benefit reduces your taxable income. So that's a deferral of taxes. The second is a transformation of ordinary income taxes, because if you get cash flow from a property, you would typically have to pay ordinary income taxes on it, which means a high marginal tax rate of potentially 37%. If you are now transforming it into a long term capital gains, it goes from 37% to potentially as low as 20 or 15%. So that's a twofer. You essentially get to pay it later and pay less later. And this is now then getting about inflation and the benefits of paying something later when the dollar value goes down over time and your dollar goes for less in the future. Asset prices increase and debt and deferral of taxes go down in value. If I gave you $100,000 now and I asked you to pay it that same $100,000 to me in 20 years, I would imagine that it wouldn't be that great of a deal because that $100,000 in 20 years might be worth in today's dollar $25,000. So that's one of the things that I want to talk about depreciation. It's hard to understand until you actually it's even hard to understand now because I've done it so often. But it's such a crazy thing that you can depreciate, for example, carpet. If you buy property, carpet is part of the value of the property. If you then depreciate to zero and somebody buys your property at a bigger number because your property increases in value, that carpet value goes up and you can depreciate it again. And if you sell it again, it happens again. So a piece of carpet that never gets replaced for 25 years could be depreciated five times if it changed hands five times in those 25 years. It's a crazy thing. And for those who are even in real estate, they might know what depreciation is, but they might not know how amazing it is. And if you buy cash flowing real estate, it's actually one of the best ways to get those depreciation benefits because cash flowing real estate gives you ordinary income that you can defer so you don't pay taxes on those ordinary income, that cash flow. And then you can transform that into or long-term capital gains. So a deferral and a transformation or a reduction. It's one of the really great things about investing in real estate that I essentially get a discount on my investments. Uh, Everybody would love to have a discount on investments. It's like starting out ahead, 37%. So next time you invest in real estate, know that if you have direct ownership, either by buying yourself or buying it with a syndication like ours, where you're a limited partner, but still a partner on the deal, not having to do anything specifically, no responsibilities, but you're a passive investor. You get all the benefits of being an active owner, but without any of the work. So lots of great tax benefits with investing with us. And I hope to see you in the next time. Take care.